Welcome to the Unikaksha. So in the last session, we saw about the basics of SQL, or what are the advantages and disadvantages of using the structured query language. What are the advantages and disadvantages of using database management system. So in today's session, we are going to see a few of the very basic things with respect to the practical. That is how to create the database, how to switch to the another database, how to create the tables inside it, how to insert the values inside the table that we create, and how to view or traverse the table that we have created. So these are few of the things that we are going to check right now using the software called as MySQL. So we are using MySQL. You can get MySQL installer freely available over the internet. You just have to download it. And for installing, you just have to keep all the default setting as it is. Just click on next, 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 and finally your entire software will be properly installed. So I'll just show you. This is my MySQL command line client. So I'm using this MySQL command line client. It is asking me to enter the password. So I have already stored my password as root. So as soon as I entered the password correctly, here like this, as soon as I entered my password correctly, you can see that it has created this, or it has opened this MySQL prompt for me where I can write the codes related to the MySQL. So first of all, if I just want to check how many databases are already there present in this MySQL software, when I first time install it, so you can use this command called as show databases. Just give semicolon, and it will give you the information about the existing databases inside the MySQL. So there are few data sets which already do exist. We haven't created them, but they do exist. So these are nothing but the databases which are already pre-existing. If you want to create new database, then you can say something like this: create database, and then give any name that you wish to give to this database. So for example, I'm creating this database, say Unikaksha 1. So this is the new database that I have created. Again, if I perform show databases, then it will add this Unikaksha underscore 1 as a new database, if you can see over here. Now this is just a database list that we are getting when we perform show database, or we can simply create a databases using this command called as create database name. Now, if I want to create a table, then I have to select in which database I need to create a table. And that's the reason I have to first say that use this Unikaksha 1. Okay, I think I have mistaken in the spelling. Right, use. Yes. So as you can see, when you write use Unikaksha 1, it will automatically change its default database to Unikaksha underscore 1 now. So whatever tables and everything that you are going to create, that will be created inside this Unikaksha underscore 1. So I just hope this queries are clear, that how to create the database, how to switch to the database. Now there are no tables present, or there are nothing present inside this database. It is currently empty. That's why if I simply run this show tables, it says me that it's an empty set, that is till now no table is created so far inside this Unikaksha underscore 1. So now I simply want to create some table inside this Unikaksha underscore 1. So I'll write a query such that create table. Name of the table that I want to give is a student. Here I will assign that which columns I want to create inside this. So I can write first name is the first column that I want to create. It should be of varchar 20. What do we mean by varchar? Varchar is nothing but variable character. Variable indicates the one whose size is not fixed, the one which changes. So varchar indicates that we are going to create a variable of a character type, which is having a capacity to store the 20 characters. That's basically what this indicates. Again, I want to have last name, again, which is of the type varchar 20. I can say that I want to store age, which I want to be stored as an integer. That's it. So I simply want to store this 3 pieces of information into my table. So as soon as I created this, it is showing me that the query is okay, 0 row affected. That means There are no error present inside this. Now if I just write show tables, then it will say me that student is one table that is created. Previously it was giving me empty or null. Now it is showing me that the student table is created. Now it's empty table. I have to insert some values into this. So I can write the query in order to insert the value as insert into, write the name of the data set, that is nothing but student. And now you can pass the elements. So for example, I want to pass first element as Prachi. Second element, you can write anything. I mean your last name, and if you want to add the age, so some age value I have entered, I can simply give semicolon, which indicates termination of the statement. So you are writing the value for the first name, you are writing the value for the second name, that is nothing but your last name, and you are giving the value for the age, like the one which we have given here. Now, when you write like this, it is generating the error because you are simply writing insert into student, but your SQL interpreter doesn't know that what this three things indicates. So these three things, that is Prachi, then the surname, or suppose say the last entry, which is supposed to be the age entry that I have written, is nothing but the value present for the first name, last name, and age respectively. That's why if you don't specify over here a word value or a keyword value, till the time it is not going to generate the correct result. And in such way, whenever you are making some kind of mistake, and you realize that I have made some mistakes, so in that case you can use this upward arrow of your keyboard, so that there is no need for you to write the entire thing again. So you just have to write values over there. As soon as you press values, and if you check now, there is no error, the query is successfully created, or the value is successfully added into the database. So create table. Then we have seen how to insert the value inside the table. So you just have to write insert into name of the table, and then you just have to specify the values that you wanted to insert inside the table. Once you execute the query, you get the result as query OK, one row affected, which indicates that you have implemented it correctly. Similarly, you can simply change these names so that we can add some more entries. I'm just writing any random entries. If you want, you can simply change it whenever you will try, pressing an enter, so that the row will be permanently added into this table. So this is basically how you can add the entries. And now if you simply want to check that whether the entries are added correctly or not, so you can type something like this, select star from, and then pass the name of table, that is nothing but student in this case. So you'll find out that the entries that you have added are represented in a tabular manner like this. If you want a particular column to be selected, then in that case, you can simply write like this. So instead of star, suppose I want only first name to be displayed. So I'll write select first name from the student, that is nothing but the the name of the data table that we have created. So if you just notice, we simply wrote select first name from the student. So that's why it is only displaying the information related to the first name column. So likewise, if you want first name and age to be printed, so you can write select first name comma age from student, select last name comma age from student, and so on. So whatever combinations that you want to perform for the sake of query, you can write all those combinations. So this is the way using which you can create the database, you can switch the database, you can create the table, you can insert the values in the table, and you can view the values that you have inserted inside the table. So I just hope you understood some of the very basic queries related to the database, such as creating, showing the databases, creating tables, using tables, inserting the values into tables, and so on. In the next session, we'll try to check some of more complicated examples related to the database. Till the time, thank you for patiently listening to the session. See you soon.